Donald Trump's campaign has released a statement saying that the former president is fine and that he's being checked out at a local medical facility. But reports are coming through. This is from the Washington Post, who is citing the local district attorney. They are saying that an audience member at this Donald Trump rally in Pennsylvania was killed, that the shooter is dead, and that Donald Trump was grazed by gunfire. So look, we haven't had anything officially confirming those reports at this stage, but that is the latest coming through from the Washington Post, citing the local district attorney. We know that President Joe Biden is being briefed on this situation. He is not here in Washington at the moment. He had headed home to Delaware for the weekend, but we've had messages through that he is being briefed, including by members of his national security team. So we expect that we will hear more from President Joe Biden shortly.
And I just want to jump in. We've just got a statement that's come through from the Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese, who says, quote, "The incident at former President Trump's campaign event in Pennsylvania today is concerning and confronting. There is no place for violence in the democratic process. I'm relieved to hear reports that former President Trump is now safe." And that's where that statement ends, Michael. And we are seeing reaction here in Australia. We heard from Minister Burke a few moments ago echoing those sentiments, but of course a lot of commentary from key political identities in the United States.
Yes, indeed, and that's starting to flow through as well, Dan. We have Hakeem Jeffries, who is the Democratic leader in the House of Representatives, going to X with a statement, and I'll read it holus bolus. He says, "My thoughts and prayers are with former President Trump. I'm thankful for the decisive law enforcement response. America is a democracy. Political violence of any kind is never acceptable." Hakeem Jeffries, Democratic leader in the House of Representatives. And I think really, and Jade, by all means, offer your insights. It has been such a volatile, and you know it more than most, having been based here, toxic political environment. And sure, it's fine to have robust back and forth, but this is completely the next level that nobody wanted to see reached.
Absolutely terrifying experience for everyone in that crowd. We had a reporter at this rally in Pennsylvania. She has described the chaos and the confusion that followed. It wasn't immediately clear whether or not this was gunfire, but she said she and others immediately crouched down. She seemed to think that perhaps there was an exchange of fire. Of course, in these sorts of situations, there's a lot of panic. It's hard to know exactly what is going on, but she said that people that were surrounding her were upset. There were people crying. She said once it had become clear that Donald Trump had been taken off the stage and taken away by his Secret Service protection, that there was a lot of anger in that crowd also. People who got up and started yelling, obviously very upset by what had happened to the man that they had spent a long time waiting for to hear speak. This was a highly anticipated rally. We're only 4 months out now from the US election. Just next week, Donald Trump is going to be officially confirmed as the Republican nominee. So she said that when it came to security, that there were a lot of people. This was a showground where this rally was being held, that you did have to go through a metal detector.
Which you normally do for these sort of rallies,
exactly.
Right?
I mean, this is the United States, and this is a country that has a long history of gun violence. So she said that you did have to go through a metal detector, that you couldn't take large bags, which again is very standard for these sorts of very large public events here. And she said that eventually everyone was moved off that showground, including herself. She is safe. The people she was with are safe.
That's most importantly. Our colleague Phoebe is safe, which is one bit of good news.